Braid anything you want. Hello. Last episode, I can't lie, I was going through it a little bit, but it's been a week. It's funny, this week since the last episode, I've had even more of a challenging week, but my perspective on things is in a much more positive light than it was a week ago, and I think that's a testament to, even though I can have a worser, quote-unquote, week, it doesn't affect me as poorly, and that really starts with my perspective on it. One of the things that I did was I was in a regional pitch competition. Different student businesses or startup ideas compete against each other through a pitch competition, and a panel of judges choose who moves on, and the winner ends up going to states where you can win like $25,000 or something. So it's a great opportunity. I wanted to give myself a chance, and so I showed up. I pitched FreeFall Films, which in a nutshell, I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but it's audience development, really trying to help the social media presence of aspiring actors and actresses, because I envision a film and entertainment industry in the next 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years that is heavily reliant on viewership that exists on social media. You know, art and entertainment industries have to mold and morph into where people are consuming. And where people are consuming and where it seems like the trend is continuing to go is just social media. That's why I make films for Instagram. So I was pitching a service and a production company that would help actors and actresses advance their career through performances on social media and by helping them craft really unique and interesting personal brand. I had pretty much spent the whole week just preparing. Felt a little bit nervous, but going into the pitch competition, I kept having this thought. It was, subconscious thought or a spiritual thought, something that was coming from within that was really telling me whatever happens, it's supposed to happen in this way, which is a really nice feeling to get right before you're about to compete in something. In the moment, you're getting this internal voice that's telling you it's going to be okay. There's a part of you that is like, oh, great, like I'm feeling this. That means I'm going to win. And unfortunately, I did not win. I pitched. I had a great pitch. I was super happy with the pitch. I got some compliments, whether it was just the way that I was pitching or the idea itself, still came up short. Still ended up losing. You want to believe when you're pitching that you're pitching something good and that you're pitching something that's worth the time to look at. And when you lose, it stung. I can't lie. It definitely stung me a little bit, as it should. I didn't go into the pitch competition to lose. When the competition was over, I congratulated the winners. The two groups that did win, frankly, their business ideas are amazing. There was no anger or, I was better than them. None of that. Just straight up congratulations to them. They totally deserved it. About a few hours after the pitch competition, I was really kind of battling a lot of stuff because you're faced with failure. You're faced with a loss. You put days into something, hours into something, you're expecting to win. And so when you lose, you kind of have to retrace a lot of your steps. Like, what did I do wrong? Was there anything wrong? Could I have done something better? Why did this happen? A thought that kept coming to me that I had to consistently fight through this process of reflecting was the idea that I was defined by the loss. It's not hard to be able to say, well, I'm just not good enough. Like, my idea isn't good enough as a presenter, as a leader of something. I'm not good enough. It's just not cut out for me. I think those thoughts are super interesting because it's really those thoughts that can easily become a baseline of your reality, of how you approach every situation throughout every day. You deal with a loss, and the rejection can cause this internal conflict that almost makes you believe you're not worthy of the win. I want to circle back where I was having this thought of just let it go, let it be, whatever happens, happens. It's easy to say that when things are going really well, but it's when things are hard, it's not as easy to say, oh, I'm just going to let it go, I'm going to let it be. The best lesson you can learn is that within the losses and within the failures, letting it be is exactly what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to give up on yourself. You're not supposed to tell yourself that you're not good. You're literally supposed to say, okay, I lost, and now I'm going to move on. I'm going to just keep doing what I was supposed to do to begin with. I could win this competition, or I could lose this competition. I could be laughed at. And regardless, it's not going to change the fact that I'm going to go home, and I'm going to work on a video. After the loss, talked to my parents, I hung out with my friend Hank, and I literally sat down, and I just worked on a video. I lost, and I kept going. I really feel like if you go throughout your life, and you find that consistency that defines who you are and what you love to do, essentially determines what you're going to do regardless of outcome. That's a really, really great thing for yourself because it anchors yourself into who you are. You're going to run into failures. You're going to run into a lot of successes. Whatever it is, you got to just stay your course. I think failure is is just such an integral part of the process. And time's on my side. The fact that I'm thinking about things and I'm learning and I'm failing and I'm actively pursuing, it's only a matter of time before everything makes sense. That's why you have to fail. The failures just cut out a lot of the stuff that you don't need in your path. You fail because that's just not what it's supposed to be for you. If you come into things with a positive mindset, a belief that it's gonna be good for yourself and what you're doing matters, that doesn't mean you're not gonna fail. What it means is that final outcome, if you never give up, is probably gonna be what you want it to be. And you don't even know exactly what you want something to look like 10 years from now, because you don't know who you're gonna be in 10 years. You don't know who's gonna be in your life. You don't know who's gonna be out of your life. You don't know what you're gonna be into, what you're not gonna be into. You don't know how you've changed. You have to pursue things that in the moment feel good, in the moment feel like, yes, like I'm working towards this, I want this is what I'm looking for right now. By coming in with that positive mindset and that belief that what you want is something you can attain, that doesn't mean that you're going to attain exactly what you want, but what it means is that you're going to attain that positive structure, that positive energy, that positive belief into something that fits you more than you could even realize right now. But I've literally convinced myself that it was a good thing that I lost that pitch competition. Maybe FreeFall Films isn't exactly what I'm supposed to do. Maybe FreeFall Films is something that is supposed to happen later on. What I love nothing more to do is to get home and make films and make my art. So maybe it's a sign you got to be focusing on making these films, Thomas. Like, this is for later. This is not now. And had I won, I would not have that message. Don't let failure drag you down. Failure is really a setup, not a setback. Continue to believe in what you're doing and that it's important. It's okay to stick it to the man once in a while, Don't let yourself get defeated. The world is going to make you think that you should feel defeated, but you don't. You don't have to. You're on your own journey. You're running your own race, and only you know where your finish line is, because only you knew where your starting line was, and only you knew what the race was supposed to look like anyway. So much to say. The world is crazy. Life is crazy. But we up, though. Have a great rest of your day.